I have white privilege. It gives me different access. But that's why I don't think it's a coincidence that I go and perform at colleges, and it's very often the whitest looking Latinos who are in charge of the student unions, because we're the ones who are trying to prove ourselves. So we want to, it's very important to me now. Growing up, I was so insecure about being Mexican American, because to me, like I said, I bought into the stereotypes that like these were negative things, and that was something that is just taught in our culture. It's just a part of it. Seeing it's still to this day, I still do readings and scripts and auditions, and it's still gardeners and gangbangers. It's still those two fucking things. Am I allowed to curse, by the way? Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Still fucking gardeners and gangbangers. Fucking gardeners and gangbangers.
There we go.
I need to turn.
That'll be the little song.
I gotta make a song.
We use to intro.
That'll be the new Joe Hernandez-Kolski theme song. So yeah, but it's still that, and
sure.
But yeah, it was in college, my sophomore year, when we had this big thing called Pachanga, and it was this big a conference of all the Latinos from all of the schools on the East Coast, like all the Ivy Leagues and all the sister schools. And I got to meet others who were like me, who were like from Michigan, who were, worse Spanish than me. And I was like, oh, it's not my job to play your fucking role. Like, it's my job to be who I am. And it's my job, and well, it's not my job, but it's my choice to embrace it and carry it. I've had people tell me for years, change your name. You're not going to get work as Joe Hernandez-Kolski. You should be Joe Edwin, which is my middle name. Like, one person suggested I be Joseph Edwin. And I just found out recently the guy who is in Psych, the guy who's the lead in Psych. Did you see that recently? He came out.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I did see his name, and I was like, I don't know if that was the name that I knew him as, but I didn't think about.
He embraced his original name, and I'm like,
oh wow, yeah.
And I think that's cool. There's a part of me like, yeah, motherfucker, you got where you are now. Oh, and now you're gonna. Like,
sure, that I've seen people do that as well. But yeah, you're right. I think it was James Roday, and then it's actually James Ray Rodriguez. So did he like combine it before or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was a big Psych fan. Yeah, exciting.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm get to it whenever you get to it. Good for you. So, but yeah, and I've had people then encourage me to change it to Joe Hernandez. And I'm like, but that's not me. That's my grandpa, my uncle, and my cousin. And it's also another actor. There's another actor who goes by that.
Got it.
And in the end,
right, you'd have to get that little parentheses.
I am not about to be Joe Hernandez
no. 2. Yeah, get out of there.
Fuck
Don't
that.
Don't do it. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of a dash name. I feel like we should do it more often. I feel like the first time I did see a lot of dash names was in college. Maybe because you're just meeting more people and from different places and everything, but it is kind of fun because it does, especially I think names where you can tell it's two different cultures, it does really like encompass a way. Like, I was always fascinated seeing the battle hymn of the Tiger Mother, which is like Amy Chua, and it was like it was a best-selling book kind of around the time right before I went to college.
That's the one that established the Tiger Mom image, correct?
Right, yeah. It was very, like, controversial, of course. But her daughters go by Chua-Rubenfeld. And I was like, oh, I think that's maybe one of the first times I've seen an Asian name and
Jewish
and
name?
a dash in general. But yeah, just like, most of the time maybe you see like two European last names. I don't know. But yeah, and I think it's kind of like an interesting thing, and I've seen even one friend who's half Korean, half Filipino, decided to change his name to both his Korean and Filipino last name, because I think before it was maybe one or the other. I'm not positive, but yeah, so it was kind of like, I guess it's a good representation.
Not to mention, it's a massive part of the patriarchal society.
Right.
Like, not only is it about respecting and recognizing my Latino background, it's really about recognizing my mom as well. It's like, whoever agreed to like, push it out, babe, push it out. Oh, great. I'm going to give him my name now. Like, what the?
Sure, yeah. It sounds
like,
very
come on. I just fucking went through
many things.
24 hours of labor, and now we give him your name? Nah.
Huh, yeah. It's definitely a metaphor for many things. But yeah, no, that's true. And so you've always had your dash name. It wasn't a
and it's taken me years to really. I mean, I still I guess I still sort of grapple with it, but like, I mean, this is it at this point. But yeah, I mean, it took me years. The first time I started using it, I was 12. My mom put it on my headshots as a child actor. And I literally said to my agent in front of my mom, why did you do that? Oh, no, I mean, not said to my mom in front of my agent, why did you do that, Mom? Now I'm not going to get any work.
Oh.
Right?
So you do at 12.
I was so insecure about it. And so my mom did the smart thing. She sent me to Mexico City for the summer. And I lived with my relatives down there. And that was like first major landmark turning point for me. Because I began to appreciate my culture in a different way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, also, living away quite young, and then it was a deliberate, I guess, move to learn more. That's exciting.
Yeah, and I came back, back on my 13th birthday. So, like, I went through, I seriously, literally experienced puberty in Mexico.
Good.
So I came back. Yeah. I came back 3 inches taller with facial hair, and my voice had changed. So to me, it became to symbolize manhood. To me, it was huge.
Yeah. I see. That's great. Yeah, you went through it. Something in the water there. You're able to grow.
I called every girl I knew. As soon as I got back, I called every single girl. I was like, "Hey, it's Joe Kolski, Joe Hernandez-Kolski."
Oh wow. Yeah. Right, you have to update them, the name and the life updates. So
totally.
It's important.
But about you. I'm doing all the talking.
No, this is about you. We already did me.
More.
I wanted to okay. Well, yeah. I mean, that's great. I respect. I already have a lot of respect for your mom, and I watched your incredible, I guess, Soul Pancake video. Right. Such a great. I mean, what a tribute to your mom, and she sounded amazing. And then also just the underlying theme of, and for those listening, go watch Joe on Soul Pancake. A quick goog. But yeah, if you're, getting emotional, sort of that theme of getting emotional, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, we do really stigmatize it. And I think it's that resonated with so many people in the comments. Not that YouTube comments are always the final say, but clearly it was a meaningful message coming from a guy, right? Which is a whole nother thing. Talk about, masculinity and stuff. And I thought it was like a really powerful thing and such a great thing because my podcast, is all about talking about that stuff. I think it's very important. So
what's your relate? Tell me about you and your mom. How do you guys get along? Like where is she? Yeah. Is she the stereotype of that, or is she not?
Oh no, I guess not. And she is very, so she's third generation, and I think is a little bit on the older side, maybe for the just generational gap, and I think as a result, she's always been very supportive, but also, I think sometimes I'll talk to her and she'll kind of like, I can tell she, her generation, maybe it was like, okay, maybe not as ambitious about certain things. And so she'll like still feel sometimes maybe down about that, and I think she's a very, very brilliant and capable person. And I would be, I'm very proud of like what she's accomplished in her life, but I think sometimes, she's probably like, oh yeah, maybe do this or do that. And so some certain things are still gender roles for her, while other things I think she is trying to push me in a way that is like, positive, not like a tiger mother stereotype, even though who knows, maybe they're coming from a place similar, right? But yeah, and she's a dental hygienist, and she is she draws cartoons sometimes now too, which is very exciting because her dad was a cartoonist. So getting into her artistic life.
Oh,
later
that's
in life,
so
I think,
awesome.
Very exciting. Sure. Yeah, it's great. So, yeah, I think it's, I'm thankful for her. And I think, like you said, it's so helpful to have somebody who does put wind in your sails and does, champion you, because
I don't know how else.
it's sometimes, yeah.
I don't know how people do it who did not have that,